Hello everybody and welcome to Game A Dayer. It is day 199 here on Game A Dayer. My name is Step and today we are going to be playing Monster Loves You. Live the life of a monster from birth to elderhood and beyond, making decisions that affect the world of monsters and humans, solve problems, meet animals and interesting people, get to know them, eat them, make your own story. This game has mostly positive reviews and is available on Steam for $10.99, or you can buy 3 copies for $21.99 if you have a bunch of friends. So, yeah, we're just going to jump right in and play it. Okay. Are we going to need to turn this down a little bit? Maybe just a little bit? Maybe that's fine. Alright, so... maybe I'll turn it down from here. What are these? Endings? Interesting. Alright, so... help me begin your story. How does it go again? Long ago, deep in the forest, monsters call whale nest. That's right, long ago, nestled in the heart of the forest was the monster village of Omen. You are born from slime that holds the memory of monsters known for words and thoughts. You're not awake yet, but soon your first eye will open. Your simple dreams will give way to life itself. You dream of helping the sick and soothing the woeful, outsmarting, speaking truth when others lie. Honesty +9. Your body is turning and twisting, growing solid in the middle of a great vat of green slime. Ugh. It's time to be born. Okay. Be born. Sure. You awaken in the searing season when the sun shines strongly overhead. Your eye is open. You're a morsel, just barely born. You float in the spawning vat. Dozens of other morsels are exploring, flailing, and stealing food from each other. Try to swim. Another morsel swims toward you. It opens its mouth to show a set of small, sharp teeth. It bites you. Aye, swim away. What? Stop that biting. You pause, unable to believe that another morsel is trying to eat you. After a moment, you snap out of it and start to move again. Resist it, kill it, unite other morsels to repel the attack. Yeah, that's it. You speak. Your words are simple, but some of the morsels understand you. They converge on the biter. This aggression will not stand. Your tiny, slimy flotilla frightens the bad morsel away. It retreats to the far end of the spawning vat. Patrol the vat and look for more trouble. Yep. Splash, flutter, splish, squeak! Another morsel is too weak to swim properly. It's sinking toward the bottom of this spawning vat. Oh no, that's terrible. You feel a deep sense of injustice at the smaller morsel's impending demise. If only you could do something about it. Do something about it! You swim to the morsel, determined to act. Get under the morsel and push it up. Try to think of something. As you push up, the morsel's dead weight forces you down. Your legs come to rest against the bottom of the spawning vat, where they begin to squish. Keep pushing, you're not giving up. Are we going to die? Your feet are breaking up among the solid clumps of the floor of the vat. Still not giving up. Your legs are now gone, but you stretch your arms and body. changing your slimy shape to hold the other morsel up to the surface of the slime. Morsel out of danger? Don't grieve, it's logical. The needs of any one monster are as important. Okay? Your body dissolves as you push one last time, the other morsel breaks apart. But the two dissolving morsels reach for each other. They come together in a single mass, a new morsel. You two are, and always will be, one. Ooh, interesting. You have grown too big for the spawning vat. You must move on to the next stage of life and become a monsterling. Got any advice? You're going to get into some trouble, which is great. Exercise your bravery, cleverness, ferocity, kindness, and honesty. What kind of monster will you be? Indeed, to the Brood Cave. An adventure! 8 days left. Is this me? Who is me? Adventure. Choose your adventure. Sword. Blots snuck outside and found a human knife stuck in a tree. It's shiny, sharp, and scary. He starts swinging it around like a human would. Maybe you should stop him from waving that thing around. You speak up just in time to stop him from chopping off Smark's little paw. Blots is distracted by the blood. You see your chance to act. Show Blots how dangerous the knife can be. No. Take the knife away gently, then take it to Elder Marinus. Yes. Calm is the last thing that agitated Blots expects. You pluck the knife from him and run to Elder Marinus. She flares with anger at the sight of a human weapon. She might punish Blots, protect him with a little eye, give her the knife, tell her the whole truth about what happened. Truth. Elder Marinus smiles as you tell her the tale. Well done, little one. I'm glad you came to me. Yes, it was well done, wasn't it? I'm such a suck-up. 7 days left, eh? I don't know what... Bravery is your capacity to overcome fear and intimidation. 1 demonstrates bravery through courageous action. Your bravery score is 15 out of 100. Cleverness, wit, brain. I have 0 cleverness. Sometimes you need to be cruel. 27 out of 100, eh? And kindness is 0. Aw. Alright, well, let's try another adventure. Let's look for some food. Hamrang, an older monster, brings a big sack full of squirming rats into the cave. He heads for the spawning vat. He trips, and all the rats spill out onto the floor. Help Hamrang catch them. You race this way and that, catching rats and tossing them into Hamrang's bag. He pats you on the back. Accept the old monster's praise. Hamrang says, nicely done. You could have just eaten them, but you saved them for everyone. You might be worth raising after all. Hamrang gives you an extra rat to eat. Hooray. Alright. Curious what this one is. A tiny cat scampers into the cave, followed by a worried Mupsy-Moral. The cat leaps and climbs, coming to rest on a high ledge. A little cat sits on its high ledge, licking one paw and staring down at Mupsy-Moral. Mupsy stares back up at the cat. Mupsy-Moral, who's that? Mupsy makes something called the Omen Harbinger for the few monsters who can read. She's one of the older elders. Her head looks like a mushroom or a brain. She might be writing a story. She doesn't look hungry. Regardless, the little cat seems upset that it wasn't consulted in the matter. Climb for the kitty. Offer some lichens and mushrooms to the kitty. You don't care about cats. I don't think the cat will like mushrooms. You stand on the bottom of the cave, holding up pawfuls of fungus and autotropic hybrids. The cat ignores you. Throw something at the cat. You dig out a dead rabbit you were saving for later. It's still quite fresh. The cat comes running to take a bite. Jackpot, or jackcat, or something. You stand before Mupsy Moral, holding a little cat. She says, "Oh, thank you." Eat the cat. Not Elf. Mupsy says, "Well done, little one. I'm going to put a note about this in the next issue." Sweet. Alright, 4 days left for adventure. You're halfway toward leaving, becoming an adolescent. Firm up your personality as much as you can. Okay. He's a wolf. Oh, suddenly a fox runs into the cave. It yips, looks over its shoulder, and runs behind a big rock. Is that snarling and growling outside as well? Judging by the commotion, yes. There's a pack of wolves in hot pursuit. They seem reluctant to come into a cave full of monsters, even little ones like you. Get all the monsterlings to make noise, scaring the wolves away. Get the fox out from behind the rock, or run out and attack the wolves. Monsterling laughter can be disturbing if you're not ready for it. The wolves soon run off, fearful for their lives. The fox crouches on the cave floor, clearly terrified. Talk to it. This one doesn't seem to be a talking fox, just a fox. Leave the fox alone. The fox runs from place to place within the cave, keeping out of reach of any monsterling who shows an interest. Look at the bushy little tail, look at the cute little nose. Eventually, when it's sure the coast is clear, the fox leaves the cave. You swear it winks at you as it goes. Maybe it was secretly a talking fox. Who can understand such things? So, 36 kindness, 27 honesty, 12 ferocity, 12 cleverness, and 15 bravery. So we're sort of jacks of all trades here. Elder Marinus leads you and some other monsterlings to a secluded grotto at the back of the cave. What's up? That up on the high wall. It's a rusty iron cage. There's something inside it. Sticks and rocks, maybe? It's a collection of bones, Marinus says. This is a human skeleton. If you can get it out of the cage, you may play with it. Look at the cage. The cage rests on a ledge several monsterlings high, and only one monsterling wide. The lock rusted away long ago. A frayed rope hangs from the bars. Climb the rope. Get help from a friend. Toss something to tip the cage over. Get help from a friend. You ask Nash for a boost. She laughs and throws you up onto the ledge. You crack your head, but you're there. Toss down the bones so everyone can play. You let the other monsterlings in on the fun. Nash starts choking when she tries to eat some of the littlest bones. Slap Nash on the back. That did it. She spits out the little nodules and seems puzzled. I can crunch animal bones easy. How come human bones are so tough? Perhaps that is the lesson. Ooh. Alright, we've got two more, so let's go with the frowny purple monster. Hamrang, an adult monster, sleeps in a big pile of monsterlings. Everyone is comfortable. Blotz, giggling, sticks lichen in all 4 of Hamrang's nostrils. Hamrang's eyes shoot open as he starts to choke. Blotz shushes you with a threatening scowl. You're not afraid of Blotch. Help Hamrang. You jump on Hamrang's head and knock some of the lichen loose. He squeals and gasps, then remembers that he can breathe through his mouth. Crisis averted. Hamrang glowers down past his jowls, scowling as though you hadn't saved him. He roars and demands to know who plugged up his nose. Tell the truth. Blotz did it. Hamrang thanks you, grabs Blotz, and sits on him. All of Blotz's breath whooshes out, and he can't inhale again. Hamrang stays there for a good long while. That's not nice. Man. What is? Next stage of life. The bottom shows how much respect you have amassed. 5 points. Impress other monsters, and they'll talk about how amazing you are. Alright, well, let's see what this human thing is. Some monsterlings gather at the cave entrance to watch the sunrise. Suddenly, a tall figure appears from the bushes. Its shadow stretches towards you like a knife. What is it? It's so big, bigger than 6 monsterlings, and so tall and thin, walking on 2 legs. Blistery squeaks, it's a human! Most of the monsterlings flee into the cave, but Weemy trips and his ankle goes crack. The tall creature starts at the sound, then walks toward you with long strides. Stay and help Weemy. You stand over Weemy. He's small enough to carry, but there might not be time. The quick footsteps are getting closer, and the shadow is upon you. Pick up Weemy and carry him inside. What? You made it. The footsteps come closer. And a tall, skinny elder comes into the cave. Old Thuldrus looks more like a stork than a human now that she doesn't have the sun behind her. They laugh nervously, but most of the other monsterlings know enough to be afraid of humans. Alright, one more adventure it looks like. Oh my, you wake up and you find that you're no longer a monsterling. You're growing up. Elder Marinus calls the oldest monsterlings to gather in a group. You're one of the oldest ones now, so you should join them. She looks grave. Marinus shuffles down a long tunnel, turning this way and that among dozens of forking passages. Marinus stops in a warm, humid chamber with a pit in the floor. She points to the pit, which seethes with thick mist. You fall, and fall, and you're falling. Some of the others are crying, and you can't see through the mist. Or is it fog? Moans and groans and whispering screams. You land on a smooth, flat stone. Despite the swirling vapor, the floor is dry as a bone. You hear other monsterlings breathing nearby. Some of them are still above you, still falling. Oof, you don't see who you've helped. Whoever it is rolls away into the thick fog without a word. You rejoin some of the monsterlings at the edge of the mist. There are more passages out there than you can count. Some monsterlings begin to panic, while others look determined. You should take charge. The other monsterlings watch you, curious. Help everyone work together. You lead the other monsterlings in a rousing song. Putting aside their trepidation, they advance into the twisting passages. Soon you have all convened in a cave full of even thicker mist. The chamber swirls with mist, smoke, fog, vapor, except it's not any of those things. It's ghosts. Hundreds of them, large and small. They're everywhere. Spooky. One by one, the pale ghosts begin to turn their attention to you, their eyes glowing different colors. The ghosts speak in many voices, all hollow and distant, all in unison. They ask you, do you fear? Yes, this is scary. Your answer echoes back at you, louder and louder. You crouch down, trying to hide from the noise, and fall unconscious. End of monsterlinghood. Well, we're 45% brave and 69% honest, I guess. Not very respected, but whatever. You wake up inside a well-appointed hovel. This is your home now. What should you be doing now? The more brave, clever, ferocious, kind, and honest you are, the more other monsters will grow to respect you. Gain enough respect, and you might someday affect important world events. Okay, we'll start living here. Is this us? Okay, resume. So we have 8 days. Alright, enter the big bad world, I guess. Ooh, adventure in town. Is that our only option? Okay. More adventures, eh? Ooh, a warning sign. Canillo Aslet limps toward you. He points one huge eye at you and cackles, I got a shock working on a power line, and it's still down. Help me out? Help him out. You soon find yourself dangling from the power lines over the main street of Omen. The break is ahead, and now it could get dangerous. Take it slow. You help patch the power line before much more electrical fluid leaks out. It's not easy, but you manage to avoid getting any of the fluid on yourself. Electrical fluid, eh? Alright, I guess this is the entirety of the game. So let's... Something smells good. You and Gobclaws find a trail of feathers at the edge of town. Following, you find an eagle with a bleeding wing. Is that good? For several hungry monsters? Possibly. For 2 small ones? Maybe not. This eagle is big, and hurt or not, he could probably mess you up pretty bad. Well, so what? He's wounded. You can take him. Get help for the eagle. See. Need to eat. Squark, caw, 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 shrill. Those eagle noises, in case you couldn't tell. Yeah, he's not so tough. Everyone stares at you and Gobclaw drag the delicious carcass into the center of the cave. There's almost too much to finish. Hey, that's good. That's not anti-kindness, thank you very much. Let's... Ooh, there's a footprint. You're heading home with a dead rabbit you found. Suddenly a fox appears. He sidles up to you and asks, you going to eat all of that? Share the rabbit with the fox. You tear the rabbit into 2 pieces. It splits unevenly. One chunk has most of the meat and the other has a bunch of tendons and skin. The fox looks up hungrily. Man, give him a good chunk. You and the fox enjoy delicious rabbit. Avoid the human one more time. A small crowd gathers in the square. Prudence and Gritmitten are in some kind of argument. Nash Nash whispers to you. Gritmitten says he saw a human wearing a coat made from monster hide. What? Prudence said she saw it too, but it was just a costume. You watch the elders discuss the situation calmly and quietly with only a little clawing and spitting. This seems like a bad idea. Let's do it! You set out, but before you're halfway through the wall mist, you find yourself caught. Hamrang shakes you and tosses you to the ground. Give in to Hamrang's authority. You know better than to go close to humans. You're too young. He drags you back to Omen and leaves you there. Okay. The debate rises into shouting and rock throwing a few times, but it's mostly civil. Prudence keeps shaking her head and smiling as though Gritmitten is a fool or a monsterling. What does that do to Gritmitten's temper? That makes Gritmitten temper flare like lightning. Naturally. Keep watching. Gritmitten says humans have made clothing out of monsters. Prudence insists that he's mistaken. Neither shows any sign of backing down. The other elders wander away. Perhaps now the arguers will listen to you. They do seem to be paying attention to you, yes. I didn't see it. What? I'm supposed to... Oh, these are stupid things. Prudence nods to you and says, see, I'm always right. Humans wear clothes all the time. The fool just thinks some animal's hide is from one of us. He's some slimy animal, perhaps. I know how we're supposed to get respect. Alright. Well, let's... Humans are humans. You, Nash Nash, and Gobclaws hide in a stand of prickly thorn bushes, watching human children run back to their bus. But what's that they left? Shiny red round things. It's a scooter! You all charge out of the bushes, only to trip over each other and land in a pig pile of feathers, scales, and fur. Now what? Sharing is caring. As she pushes her foot into your face, you realize Nash Nash is the true owner of the scooter. You let her up and pin Gobclaws, who bites your ear in fury. Alright. What are our stats now? 92 kindness, 60 honesty, 30 ferocity, 40 cleverness, 57 bravery. But still no respect. I get no respect. Sunny day? The elder Marinus leads you, Blistry, and Viruk into the forest. She points to a stand of purple berry bushes and says, eat your fill, little ones. Ask her what this is about. Marinus smiles at you. I noticed the berries were ripe, that's all. What are you afraid? They'll make your tummy hurt? The elder Marinus leads you. Okay. Eat only some of the berries. You exercise restraint, consuming berries until you're full and no more. Elder Marinus says, it's alright, you can eat more if you want to. I don't know what she's up to. Viruk gorges himself on berries, eating and eating until his skinny little body is plump and quivering. Blistry has stopped eating, just like you. Marinus rolls Viruk back to town, where the young monster is squeezed until all his slime has oozed out. The slime is purple and delicious. Yeah. He's unconscious, but he seems to be no worse for wear. What happens to the berry slime juice? The elder Hamrang makes pancakes for everyone, and sticky purple stuff turns out to make delicious syrup. Okay. Greed Blitz walks past your stoop. He stops, coughs, and tilts his head, proudly showing off his Bays Paul hat. It makes him look ridiculous. What's Bays Paul? Ask him about the hat. Tell him he looks spectacular. Ask him about the hat. Greed Blitz says, I gave a talking fox a whole bushel of rabbits for it. He said it's what all the smartest humans are wearing these days. Monsters walk by, pointing and snickering at the ridiculous chapeau as they do. Gently tell him the truth. Greed Blitz beams, misinterpreting your intentions. A duck's face I stole from the humans. He moves away to show others. We can't adventure in town. We've got 0 days left. Adolescence is fleeting. You have grown beyond youth and become an adult. You've been dragged from your bed by your friends and neighbors. What? Who? And the where? Why now? They tell you it's time to grow up. You're taken into the woods. The neighbors throw you into the center of a great circle of monsters, all older than you. They whisper to each other, then look at you, then whisper some more. The monsters murmur and mutter, spit and snarl. They're deciding what best defines you as a monster. After a while, the muttering stops, though the murmuring goes on for some time longer. Finally, the assemble's monsters have come to a decision. The ring of monsters shuffles closer to you, forming a tight circle. Elders loom over you while the smaller adults crouch low. Your surroundings grow shadowy and dark. Do your part, I guess? The other monsters hold you in some respect. Not much respect. It is immediately clear to the crowd that you are a very kind monster. So nice of them to think so. The crowd shoves 2 monsterlings into the circle, each with a broken arm. The elder asks you to take care of them. Apply general first aid. Gently tend to their wounds. Okay. Gently tend. Yes, you croon and pet the monsterlings until they grow drowsy. Then splint their damaged limbs in silence. They leave quietly, feeling much better. Everyone cheers. Accept their respect. Yay, we're respected. Alright. Doing not terribly badly. You're an adult now. You'll grow stronger over time, but your personality is no longer as mutable as it was when you were young. Onward! Politic with monsters. Explore the whale mist. Explore. Ooh. Let's see what this foot thing is. You and Nash Nash encounter the Proud Bear. This is an honor and a problem. The Proud Bear has killed monsters, something rare in the animal kingdom. He stares at you. Consider the bear. Nod cordially and leave. Formulate a plan of attack. We will nod cordially and leave. The bear doesn't move. You go back the way you came. It's politic with monsters. Oh, we just ran from a bear. The fast sloth is tearing roofs off hovels. Elders and larger adults charge at it, but it beats them back with its deceptively slow arms. Try to fight the fast sloth. Get a closer look at the action. You watch from the shadows. The sloth leaps from roof to roof like a huge demented monkey. It rips loose a big piece of corrugated metal. Bide your time. You realize you're the only monster left in the area. All the others are far away. Some out cold, some just huddled out of reach of the huge claws. The sloth claws clip a power line, black fluid leaks out, and its matted fur crackles with electricity. The beast flees into the forest. Some monsters who didn't fight the sloth come running up to you. They cheer you for driving the creature away. Most of the crowd disperses. Some of them hoot at you in disappointment before they go. Well, screw you guys too. Elder Hamrang awakens and cleans sloth spit off his hide. Don't worry, your word is worth more than the opinion of a bunch of cowards. Hooray! Let's go for respect. Humans. You hear Grit Mitten tell younger monsters about the human that almost killed him. It's the pointy parts that get you, he says. Always wait until the knife is pointing somewhere else, then run away. He turns to you and says, isn't that right? Impress everyone by claiming to be an expert. Explain to the youngsters that a human knife is... yeah. You calmly expand on Grit Mitten's tale, sharing what you have learned about the frightening blades of the humans. The young monsters promise that they will treat such things with respect, even if nobody's holding them. Alright, we are... I don't think we have time to get through the entire game tonight, unfortunately, but it looks like mostly choose your own kind of adventure kind of thing. It's pretty cool. I would be interested in playing through the rest of it if other people are interested in watching the rest of it. So this is a good time to remind you that if the first video on this channel to get 100 likes will get that game a full playthrough as a bonus video for the channel. So, if you want that game to be Monster Loves You, then please give this video some love. Give it the old thumbs up. Tell your friends to give it the old thumbs up. Tell everyone you know to like, share, and subscribe my videos. Also, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. And when you do, make sure you hit that dingy bell, because that will let you know when I upload new videos, which I do every single day. Thank you for joining me here today on Game a Dayer while we played Monster Loves You. My name is Steph. And please come back tomorrow when we'll be playing something for... what is tomorrow? No day in particular. Ha! Got there. See you, everybody.